How's it going, everybody? Hope we're doing good. My stream didn't crash from switching scenes, so that's good. I was playing twice. Been a bit. Took a bit of a break for finals week, but we're back now. Don't know how much of okay, here's a plan. I'm gonna do the rerun, and then maybe fight the Ricardo Refractal. I don't know how much we're gonna get through. I don't know how much reading I want to do. Yeah, I don't know how much of this reading I want to do. Oh, how long is this? 26 stages. What the heck? That's a lot of stages. Yeah, it's gonna take me so long to get through this stupid intervallo. I just want to fight Ricardo.
단테, 어제 먹고 남았던 케이크 어디 있는지 못 봤어?
Let's get into it though. We're never gonna get through this. Dante, any idea where that leftover cake from yesterday went? No idea. I mean, why would I know? I can't even eat. Good point.
이미 동키가 먹었나?
Darn, did Donkey already get her paws on him? Rogia rubbed her eyes, muttered something about how we should have parted in her room instead, and stumbled to the back door. The new year came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus after the various incidents at the LCE. The sinners all came from different backgrounds and parts of the city. The annual celebrations for New Year's seemed to be a thread that connected their cultures together. They began floating the idea of a New Year's party and...
그러면 본인이 직접 주최하지.
Excellent! They're permitting me the honor of hosting this banquet! Oh, the game might be a bit quiet. Turn that up. Yeah, that should be better. With her usual overdramatic boast, coupled with the familiar twinkle in her eyes, Don Quixote declared that there would indeed be a New Year's party, and thus it was declared.
아이 저번에도 크리스마스를
You know, it might be a bit too
빈문까지
loud.
들어가서 난장판을 벌였었잖아.
Here's the voices. Maybe I'll turn the voices down. Just a little bit. Again, after the hell we went through with the back door and whatnot for the out of season Christmas celebration.
그때는 가져온 장식품으로 버스를 꾸미기만 했지 따로 뭘 하진 않았잖아.
Yet I must insist, for 'twas but an effort to decorate the bus. The intent quite divorced from the act of celebration. Don Quixote glanced at Sinclair, sheepishly scratching the back of her head.
아, 저는 이제 진짜 괜찮은데요.
Huh? Oh, don't worry about me, really.
저 이전에 본인이 난장을 좀 피운
I
것도
ship it.
있고,
Ship it hard.
본인은 아니었지만 이렇게 분위기를 환기하는 것이
Well, 'tis true that mine action hath brought thee quite the distress. Unintentionally, I might add. Thus I ask thee, wouldst thou not agree in a communal of them? To mark the occasion might freshen both our spirits and bodies.
뭐 다같이 보내는 첫 새해인데 기념할 만하지 않나? 종소리를 딱 들어줘야 뭔가 넘어간 기분이 든단 말이지.
I can't even imagine begin her amnesiac self, even taking a moment to give a damn about how Sinclair might take it. But I guess with memory came tact. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don Quixote is stupid, but I don't know if Goose is watching. The other one is smart. You know, it's our first New Year's together. It sure is occasion for celebration, huh? Gotta hear that bell go ding to really mark the transition to a new year, right?
다 같이
Why's my nose stuffy now?
보겠구려. 기념할 일이라고 보.
What's up with that? It's cringe, I tell you. It was cringe, father. Cringe. It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year in company of one another. This is indeed a cause for celebration.
신년 전야의 국수는 제법 클래식하지.
A bowl of noodles before the last light night of the year fades. Classic.
모두들 이렇게 좋아해주니 보니 내 가슴도 따뜻해지네.
Such bubbly enthusiasm from ye warmeth my own heart.
성대하게 준비하겠네.
Forsooth,
반짝반짝 폭죽도 잔뜩 그리고 맛있는 것도.
forsooth, the grandiosity of this banquet shall be one for the books. Fireworks most brilliant, and of delicacies too.
그럼 다음 정차 예정은 언제지?
Charon, when's our next stop?
내 피는 앞으로 사흘은 달릴 거야. 빠른 도로에서 멈추는 바보는 없어.
Beth will be running non-stop for 3 days at least. Only dum-dums stop on fast road.
그렇다는군.
So she says. Virgilius muttered with his usual sardonic edge, one fist under his chin. The thinker? Fee!
내년에는 미리 사두겠네.
For next year's celebration, the banquet shall be prepared ere the promised hour. Don Quixote's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but Roger brought out the cakes and cookies she'd stashed in her room so we could at least hold a small celebration for the New Year's together. After that, we all stayed up together, watched the New Year's first sunrise briefly paint the city in gold, and retired to sleep. Oh look, it's Hong Yuan. When everyone woke up, rubbing their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. There was a behemoth of a structure, bizarre in its presence, and its walls seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. H Corp? The senators began to voice their surprise, approximately so, as what came into view was different from any of the nests we passed by on our journey thus far. Is that massive structure all one building?
저게 통째로 둥지면 여긴 뒷골목이 어떻게 있는 거야? 저 정도면 H사가 관리하는 면적을 다 덮고도 남겠는데?
If that whole thing's a nest, then where the hell's the back streets? That's big enough to cover H Corp's territory and then some.
뭐 기대도 안 했어요. 바보 같은 소리를 하는 걸 보니 안내서는 손도 안 댄 거겠죠.
Well, there he goes again, asking dumb questions and never taking a peep at the guidebook.
설명하자면 저건 둥지가 아니에요.
That's not the
저
nest.
건물 전체가
That huge box you see over there,
팔거든요.
that's District 8.
H사에서는 홍원이라고 부른답니다.
We call it Hong Yuan, the vast garden here at H Corp.
건물의 중앙에는 둥지, 그 테두리로는 뒷골목이 있죠.
The nest lies within the center of the structure, and the back streets without.
어우, 저 안에 그럼 바글바글 모여서 살고 있다는 거야? 빛도 안 드는 곳에서?
So they squeeze the entire population of the district in there? Do you think they're just not getting a ray of sunshine all year round?
그래도 뭐 비 맞을 걱정은 덜겠네.
At least they won't have to worry about the rain.
어디? 본인도 좀 보겠네.
Prithee, avail me a sight as well. As the sinners began to gather one by one at the other side of the bus, stirred awake from their late night's rest, I felt my gaze drawn toward Honglu. I looked for signs of concern or distress on his face, worried. It wasn't exactly something unique to Honglu. The stories about his past home life heard throughout the year, whenever he felt like sharing them, were all consistently and terribly depressing. Yep.
막상 지내보면 생각만큼 나쁜 곳은 아니랍니다.
It's not such a bad place once you actually try living there for a while. But his lips, ever so slightly curled upward into a kindly relaxed smile, are making the same expression as ever. An expression that hasn't changed at all since our first meeting. Maybe it's just a cultural difference, kind of like how Honglu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people pause, but... Actually, no. I'm not helping him or anything by entertaining these thoughts. My job. My job at this moment is to keep a close eye on Honglun, more so than usual. And if the time comes for me to help him, as the manager, I'll give it my all. Besides,
가까이서 보니까 생각보다 엄청 크잖아.
whoa, this thing's even bigger up close.
이런 거는 과거에 어떤 모험에서도 본 적이 없는 규모네만.
Verily, I carry no recollection of a structure so grand, even in past adventures of mine. If my efforts are enough, I know I can trust the sinners to lend me a hand. Hey, let me see too. I collected my thoughts and approached the sinners who were lined up against the glass window to get a good view. Yeah, that's a big structure. The duel. Ooh, I get those two. Ooh. What other IDs are what are the IDs that give bonuses for this? Okay. Okay, so if I just use Ricardo Heathcliff in Maoryoshi, that should give me maximum bonuses for everything. Okay. Maudus. That gets me to 100%. Hi, Lily. I'm streaming Limbus. I'm streaming right now. Yes. No, you're good. You're good. I'm sharing my screen now. Hello, chat. Probably not. Okay, I think Maoryoshi is probably just what I'm gonna have to go with. Okay. Bye, Lily. You got your answer. Yeah, bye. Gee, is that 120%? Okay, that's 120%. That's 140%. I guess I'll be fine. Oh, right, right. Right, Heathcliff is level 1. But this should be a pretty easy fight anyway. Still don't matter. Once we left the bus. Oh man, can't believe we have to get off the bus here.
이런 건 H사에 정식으로 항의해야 한다고 봐요. 어째서 둥지 직통 고속도로
We
입구에
have to make a formal complaint against H-Corp for this crap. What the hell were they thinking of doing shoddy construction work at the entrance of a highway that leads straight into the nest?
공사야. 여러 이유가 있겠소만 멀찍이 주의 표지판이라도 해두어야 하지 않는가
Many
싶고요.
causes there be for such to be such construction projects, yet perhaps an early warning sign near our approach to the site would have been sensible addition.
카론군의 멋진 드리프트가 아니었으면 생각하기도 싫네.
Drifting.
몸을 끝내는 건 상상조차 못 해봤으니.
Were it not for young Karen's most valiant drifting, I shudder to imagine the terrible possibilities. It would have been the most awful end to an adventure. No surprise the sinners all had a piece of their mind to speak. As we drove up to the entry, we unexpectedly came across a mess of badly put together steel plates blocking our path in the middle of the road. Karen's quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up being thrown around like rag dolls.
다행히 내부로 빠지는 도로가 있어서 망정이지. 아니었으면 카론이 후진하겠다는 걸 뜯어 말려야 했을걸.
Good thing there was another road off the highway that leads to the city, right? I bet Karen would have tried to reverse gear all the way back to the last interchange.
대신 둥지까지 가려면 이 구비구비 골목 같은 곳을
It looks like you'll be going through all these winding alleyways to get to the nest. It's so dark in here. We were greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious we found ourselves in the back streets of H Corp.
겉보기엔 꽤 화려했는데 뭐 사람 사는 것은 다 똑같네.
Looked pretty impressive from the outside, but it's no different from the other back streets inside, eh?
그러게 익숙한 풍경이야.
Yep, it's a familiar sight. Gotta say, it's getting real old.
이곳은 둥지까지도 이런 느낌인 건가?
I ask thee, is the nest of this district shrouded in such darkness as well?
아니요. 8구 뒷골목만의 풍경이라고 보시는 게
No,
옳을
these
겁니다.
particular sites are limited to the back streets of District 8. The back streets of this district weren't very different from the other ones we'd visited in the past. People hurrying through the streets as though they were being chased by something. People scowling and glaring at the ground with some sickness or discomfort. Scenes all too common in every corner of the city. There's one thing about this place that stood out from the other districts, however. They kind of reminded me of the former G-Corp soldiers back in District 4.
어? 뭐가? 저 사람들?
What do you mean? You mean those fellas? The growths in their flesh appeared too organic to be prosthetics. Some of them had odd protrusions or nodules bulging from their skin as well.
전혀 아니야. 애초에 벌레 모양으로 통일된 것도 아니잖아, 관리자 양반.
Not at all, manager, but look, they haven't all mutated in the same pattern like an insect, like into an insectoid form, for example.
편견 없이 바라봐 준 건
Yeah,
고맙다고
I guess I
할
should commend you for not looking at them through a biased lens.
저건 8구의 특징적인 치료법입니다.
You are observing the aftermath of District 8's distinctive method of treatment.
아, 그 정체모를 푸르죽죽한 연고를 바르고 붕대를 감으면 다음날에 찢어진 피부가 낫는다는 소문의 진원지가 여기군요.
So this is where the rumors of about that bluish healing ointment came from, huh? Apparently they can cure any flesh wound after just one night dressed in bandages?
다소 부정확한 이야기가 될 수 있어 덧붙여드리자면
It seems that certain misconceptions must be addressed.
그것은 모두 H사의 특이점인 환을 활용하는 방법의 일부입니다.
They are variations of H-Corp singularity, the bolus.
약재를
The
동그랗게
bolus?
빚어낸 환약을 의미하는 것으로 보인다.
She's like referring to medicines brewed and kneaded into ball-shaped pills.
맞습니다. H사 홍원 생명공학 그룹에서는 치료의 정수가 담긴 환을 제조해서 내놓죠.
Correct. H-Corp, or the Hongyuan Bioengineering Group, mainly manufactures boluses that contain essences of treatment.
그 환을 그대로 섭취하거나 물에 개어 고의 형태로 바르거나 혹은 더 묽게 만들어 붕대에 물들인 후 가만
Boluses may be
치료할 수
taken
있습니다.
orally, ground into water into paste, and applied directly to the affected area, or dissolved in water, soaked in bandages, and wrapped around the necessary area for treatment.
어허, 그 소문들이 그렇게 만들어진 거였나요?
I guess rumors transform as they travel.
그런 거군요. 저는 치료법이라고 하시길래 그 K사가 떠올라서요.
Oh, I see. I was just thinking of how they do things back at the K-Corp.
K사의 초점은 상태의 회복에 맞춰져 있습니다. 본래의 상태로 돌아가는 방향성이죠.
The focus of K-Corp's technology is the reversal or recovery of one's conditions. Returning to the original state is the keyword in their treatment.
8구의 뒷골목은 제조된 환약을 가지고 거주민들이 저마다 발전시킨 비법 기술이
She is yapping.
피적용자의
Yap,
기대
yap,
상태에
yap.
맞춘 치료가 아니라 보유한 비법 기술을 기반으로 상태를 개선하는 방식에 초점을 맞추고 있죠.
It is no rare sight to find unique techniques and technology developed independently by the inhabitants of the backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. The treatments are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, their focus is on selecting the appropriate technique from a myriad of choices to address the deficiencies in their
어떤
statuses.
의미에서는 변화나 발전,
Deficiencies in their statutes.
더
They need
어울릴
more
수 있겠군요.
laws. Perhaps one could choose the words transformation or evolution as a more illustrative descriptor for their method of treatment.
그럼 저분들은 저게 치료가 된 상태라는 말씀인가요?
So, that's what counted as treated? The crowd Sinclair was pointing at certainly appeared unhurt, as none of them were bleeding or walking with limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing, or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts.
저분들은 단골이시네요.
Ah, they must be the regulars. Unexpected, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Rousseau, but Hung Lu. The regulars?
네, 어릴 적에 들은 적이 있어요. 의료원의 신비한 치료에 익숙해져서 시도 때도 없이 드나드는 사람들.
Yes, I've heard of them as a child. People have grown too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search of their mystical treatments.
단골이 된 사람들은 다른 분들보다 겉보기에는 더 강해 보이지만 점차 부작용이 쌓여가다가 이상하게 변해버린다고 하더라고요.
The regulars might appear more intimidating than most people at first glance, but apparently all the side effects they've been stacking changes them in strange ways.
제게가 전혀 다른 시술을 다수 적용한다면 시술 간의 충돌이 발생할 확률은 높을 수밖에
It is highly likely that interoperation conflicts or issues will arise when applying highly disparate treatment methods to a single body.
생명보험을 들지 않으신 분들이 저렴하게 이용하는 경우도 많을 테니까요.
At least it's a cheaper alternative for the people who didn't sign up for the life insurance.
생명보험 말인가?
You speak of life insurance?
그 보험 특약에는 사망 시에 되살아난다는 조항도 포함되어 있거든요.
Yes, life insurance is a special insurance option to bring the client back to life upon the event of their death. So the irony isn't lost on me, but I thought resurrecting people was one of the head's taboos.
생명보험을 통해 되살아나는 것은 머리가 금기로 설정한 부활의 범위에 해당하지 않습니다.
The head does not consider the revival via life insurance to be a violation of their non-resurrection taboo.
온전한 부활이 아닌 풍화를 감안한 뇌의 소생. 아마도 그렇게 판단하고 있을 테죠.
It is likely that on a technical level, this revival is actually categorized as brain resurrection, as opposed to a full resurrection. Degradation of its functions considered, of course.
관리자님이 시계를 돌리는 것과 달리 생명보험은 뇌가 온전하지 않다면 되살아날 수 없다는 치명적인 약점이 있습니다. 거기에 뇌 안의 정보가 전달되는 과정에서
Another fatal downside to the technology is that unlike the manager's clock winding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed. Also, there is a risk of significant losses in the process of information transference.
그렇다면 저들 중 몇몇의 외관은 치료의 부작용 때문이
Losses, huh? So maybe some of their mutation can be more than just the side effect of these treatments.
그럴 수도 있겠지만 보통 한두 번의 복구 시술로 저렇게 변하지는 않는다고 들었어요.
Oh crap, did that ever switch over? Oh good, it did. I think I checked that. Maybe, but I heard it takes more than one or two revivals to change that much.
뒷골목에 사는 분들한테는 보험 갱신 비용이 어마어마하다고 했으니까.
And since apparently people in the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates, so...
만약 보험에 가입한 분들이 모두 저렇게 안타까운 모습이 된다면 아마 아무도 보험에 들지
After
않겠죠?
all, who would sign up for insurance if using its services could reduce them to such pitiful states?
그래. 잘나신 분들이 보기엔 저들의 처지가 처량하고 안타까워
Yeah, they feel
보이시나?
pathetic and pitiful to you rich bastards, don't
곧
they?
비슷한 처지가 될 테니
Capiche?
너무 연민을 느끼진 않았으면 좋겠어.
You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so save some pity for yourself.
정체를 밝혀라.
Identify yourself. The stranger voice cut through our discussion like a foreign instrument. We turned around to find a large group of people who were clearly up to no good.
그 상판을 보니 잘나신 가시 가문의 도련님이 맞는 모양이군.
You must be the young master of that high and mighty Ja family, eh? I can tell just by looking at your pretty face.
아는 사람들이야?
Your friends, Honglu?
아니요. 뒷골목 분들과는 인연이 없는 편이었던 터라 다 처음 보는 분들이네요.
No, I haven't much chance to get acquainted with people from the back streets, so nope. I've never met them before.
안에서도 밖에서도 신선 노름하시느라 바쁘셨을 테니 우리 같은 놈들은 모르는 게 당연하겠지.
Of course you haven't. Too busy living large, playing gods in a whole different world from us plebs, huh?
뭐 상관없다. 어차피 의뢰대로 가조심사에 제출할 물건을 빼앗으면 그만이니까.
Not that it matters. We're just here to take the thing you brought here for submission to the family hierarchy evaluation.
가주 심사라니 뭔가 오해가 있는 모양인데요.
The what evaluation? Okay, there's clearly been a misunderstanding.
머릿수는 제법 되어 보이는데, 야 시작부터 참.
It's quite a lot of them. We're not off to a great start here, huh? Man.
아니,
Actually, no.
떼거리로 몰려들어 두드려 패는 건 우리 사무소의 도리에 어긋나지.
It'd be a violation of our office's core values to jump them like we're some common thugs.
삼도끼 사무소의 삼남 삼삼이 가시 가문의 가보께 결투를 신청한다.
I, Shan-san, third son of the Triax office, challenged Jabao Yu of the Jia family to a duel.
방식은 승자가 상대에게 원하는 것을 취하는 것으로 하지.
Our wager, either the winner can take anything they want from the loser.
결투요?
What do you mean a duel?
결투라면
Duel?
동부의 쉔크 옆에 나리들은 장갑을 던지는 대신 자신의 소속과 이름을 외치는 것으로 결투를 신청한다더군.
Oh god. Oh, she is talking really fast.
제대로 된 해결사 사무소. 저거는 진짜 백이 결투 신청이라네.
You know what? Props to the voice actor. She was talking really fast there.
동부의 쉔
She was talking really fast.
동부의 쉔크 옆에 나리들은 장갑을 던지는 대신 자신의 소속과 이름을 외치는 것으로 결투를 신청한다더군. 삼도끼 사무소는 말단 중 말단이긴 해도 어찌되었든 제대로 된 해결사 사무소. 저거는 진짜 백이 결투 신청이라네.
I've heard of the tale of duels of the Honorable Fixer Association of the Chick Association. Each branch announced their intent to duel by saying their affiliation and name instead of casting their gauntlets. In the pamphlet that young Ishmael hath presented before me earlier, present of the truth of the Triax office is indeed office of the East, though they are indeed of lesser quality. 'Tis a true, genuine, accurate declaration of a duel that we behold.
그러니까 그냥 1대1로 붙자는 거 아니야?
If you want me, let's go. Well, just a fancy way of saying 1v1 me and 1v1 me, let's go, isn't it? I mean, this guy doesn't look too tough. What do you think, Faust?
네. 홍루 씨가 패배할 정도의 실력자로는 보이지 않네요.
Agreed. This individual does not seem to possess any particularly exceptional skill that may pose difficulties for Honglu.
문제 없을 것 같아요. 다녀올게요.
I think it's going to be okay. I'll be back in a minute, Dante. You sure it's okay? I don't think you're going to lose it against him, but, you know, just in case.
괜찮아요. 결투라면 어렸을 때 10번 정도는 해왔거든요.
No worries, I have some childhood experience with duels myself. I've done about 10 of them, I think.
꼴의 명문 출신이라고 몇 번
10 of them per
경험한
month.
적은 있는 모양이다만.
Ah, so the rich boys dabble in some duels, has he?
아, 오해가 있는 것 같네요.
I think you misunderstand.
하루에 10번이랍니다.
A day, okay.
아니다. 가끔 할머니가 빼주시기도 했으니 실제로는 조금 더 적으려나요?
I meant to say that I've done them about 10 of them a day. Oh, but grandmother sometimes let me skip them, so I might have been slightly fewer than that on some days.
뭐라고?
What?
림버스 컴퍼니의 홍루. 아니,
I Honglu of Limbus Company? No.
가시 가문의 보호기 결투를 받아들입니다.
I bow you of the Jia family. Accept this duel. Honglu stepped forward confidently as the opponent was processing what he just heard. For a moment, Honglu stood there in a stance that did not express even a hint of aggression, or curiously cocking his head to the side. Also, Triax Gangman, you have like a hand axe, and this guy's got a guando, like a polearm. You're gonna lose this anyway.
안 오시나요?
Even assuming equal skill, unless you throw it at him, you're gonna lose this. Sorry, are we waiting for something?
아, 먼저 들어오시면 된답니다. 저는 항상 두 수 무르고 시작했거든요.
So I always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate.
몰라?
Let me, you little...
그 오만한 태도가
Your cocky pride should be your downfall. The man who introduced himself as Shansan leaped toward Honglu. And after about a minute...
말도 안 되네.
Oh, he did. How is this happening? Unlike Shansan, who was throwing punches and swings with boiling hot passion, Honglu was effortlessly gliding between his opponent's strikes like he was out on a picnic. This was a literally stroll through a garden. Whenever Shansan threw a powerful punch, Honglu redirected to the side with ease, the fist only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized by the feathery light movement of his hands and feet that effortlessly glided through the air, until, after one blink you'll miss it moment, we realized that Shansan was already face down on the ground, defeated.
홍록은 평소에 전력을 숨기고 있던 것인가?
Oh, the young Honglu has stopped concealing thy full strength in our presence.
저는 항상 최선을 다해 싸워왔다고 생각하는데요.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that. I always put my all into every fight.
하지만 한 대도 맞지 않고 이기는 건 격이 다르잖은가?
Yet to defeat this foe so soundly, to dance with such grace between his strikes. 'Twas as though thou wert dueling someone whose skills may only be measured against a child's.
하지만 이전에 싸울 때는 싸우는 지역도 제각각이었고 무기도 심지어 상대도 예측이 안 되는 분들이었는걸요.
Most of our fights happen in environments with a lot of variables. I'm usually fighting against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons and powers.
파회,
You read him.
내놈.
Already familiar with that fool's moves.
알고 있었나?
아, 네. 비무 선생님 중에 비슷한 기술을 쓰는 분이 계셨거든요.
Oh yes, one of my Biwu instructors used similar techniques as this gentleman here.
여러분들도 매일같이 해야 하는 일엔 노하우라는 게 생기시잖아요. 비슷한 거랍니다.
Practice makes perfect and perfection makes an expert, right? Hoo-hoo.
그거랑 이게 같은 건가 싶긴 한데.
Right, but I'm not sure if that's entirely relevant here.
그래서 결투에서 진 거 같은데 이만 비켜주지 그래.
Well, anyways, looks to me like you soundly kicked your behind in this duel. Let us through, will you? Why don't you?
되도록 지금 우리가 예상하는
And preferably preferably not do the thing I think you're about to do.
계약 사무소에 공정도 없었고 여기서 물러났다간 의뢰인이 가만히 있지 않겠지.
This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office anyway. Our employer's not gonna let this failure slide if we just leave.
멋들하는 거냐? 때로 덤벼들어.
Don't just sit there, move your asses and jump home.
지림이
매일같이 걸리는 이런 시비에는 노하우가 생기는 것 같기도 하고.
I can kind of see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped. With the bitter cry of the defeated, his gang rushed towards us. Answer me, Jabayu. What does Hong Yuan need? Could we just like win right this? I'm not really expecting any resistance here. Because the enemy team, not the enemy team, but the people we're fighting, they kind of suck. So,
어쩔 수 없지만요.
아직 죽지
yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
저들도 내가 물을 금방 다녀올게. 그토록 기피하는 것이 있었더니 입 밖으로 꺼내는 것도 조금 매스껍네. 본인이 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 강한 위력을. 자, 숨통 끊기.
So ippy. There we go. I guess jump that guy. Good job, Modus. Good job. I don't think we're gonna get to the haircut, guys.
이거부터 이 모양이면 앞으로도 고생길이 너무 훤한데.
This really isn't a great start, fellas. It's never that easy, is it?
몸 좀 덮였다는 점 이게 그렇게 퉁칠 문제인가요?
I don't know, this seems more serious than usual street brawls. Ishmael's right. They weren't your everyday thugs who pick fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone specifically to target and eliminate Honglu. And given how open they were about their intent, calling it a contract doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety. And maybe this is what Jia Chun was talking about way back when she mentioned surviving his heirs.
누군진 모르겠지만 홍루 씨에게 원한이라도 있는 것 같은데요.
Whoever's behind this must have a bone to pick with Honglu.
그래도 잘 이겨냈다네.
Alas, was this trial not really overcome?
그게 문제가 아니다. 잘 생각해 보도록.
Not the point. Think on it a little more. Seems like they're assuming that Honglu brought something here in order to participate in that family hierarchy evaluation. There's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're going to keep trying. They're going to try again to take out the competition.
역시.
오늘의 아침.
쓸데없는 잡담이 길군. 기다려주다간 목이 빠지겠어.
This inane conversation is most riveting. But I'd prefer some silence while we wait.
회사도 이런 마찰을 예상했는지 사람을 보냈더군.
It seems that the company foresaw such difficulties. They've sent you a support team to help handle this issue. Weird voices come from behind us from where Virgilius pointed.
참 여전히 오래 걸리시는 분들이시네요.
My. You guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, have you?
원래 이야기던 오랜만이에요.
저도
I'm here as well. I'm here too. We turned around to see where the voice was coming from and recognized the two people we've been hoping to see again. It's Sode and Pillow. At least I pronounce it as Pillow. I think he's Cajun French.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가? 하지만 아직 길이 멀다. 그렇다면 여전히 난 아무것도 인가.
And hopefully I'll be able to get some of the Twining Threads rewards too. Is this Sode?
그리고 파일럿이었나요? 당신.
And hey, pilot, right? You're...
왜들 그러시나요? 귀신이라도 본 것 같은 표정이 나고.
What's wrong? It looks like you're looking at a ghost.
내
You
얘기를
lie?
했다고 하지
You looked?
않았나요?
Didn't you tell them that you shared my... Didn't you tell me you shared my news with them last time?
했습니다. 똑똑히 기억합니다.
I sure did. I sure did, ma'am.
둘째, 살았다고.
Oh yeah, he did. He's each recovered from the shock of seeing them again, and soon their faces begin to bloom with relieved smiles.
여전해 보여서 좋네요, 다들.
Well, good to see things haven't changed much around here. I mean to click the button. So we're glad to see you're okay.
당신도 여전히 잘 째깍거리는 것 같고요.
TikTok, you too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. So it smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since the last time we met, save for a few minor differences. Her outfit and her badge, for example.
분명 진급을 했다고 들었던 것으로.
With a hint of melancholy, hair for spoilers flickered in our eyes.
진급할 정도로 능력을 인정받은 것을 축하한 것인데.
알잖아. 그 진급이 뭘 의미하는지.
You all know the meaning that promotion carries.
아주 의미가 깊지.
Indeed, it is very profound. After all, what meaning is there to a promotion attained without spilling some blood?
당신 참.
You're a real piece of work.
반대로 묻지. 주변의 사내같이 니놈 같은 반응만.
쉬시만 했으면
I
현장에서는
can't read right now. I am sleepy. When's you tuning gonna show up? When's Jichun or Qingtao gonna show up? Oh, I don't know what voice I'm gonna give Qingtao.
음악 소리가.
That's creepy.
이쪽으로 가는 게 가드에는 도련님을 노리는 자가 지천이니 아무래도
That's definitely creepy.
다닐 수는 없는 법이죠.
Main streets are most likely teaming with those seeking to bring harm to the young master. Must venture an alternative path. And like he said, there weren't any skirmishes once we made it deeper into the dark alleyways. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we need at this moment.
그리고 저건 뒷골목에선 몇 개월 전부터 돌고 있는 노래입니다.
As for the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the backstreets in recent months.
유명한 노래치곤 가사가 좀 으스스한데.
The lyrics are pretty ominous for a popular song.
그날부터인가 사람들이 하나둘 부르기 시작했는데 멸문한 공가에서
There you go. It's him. Where are screenshots? It's a song that's spread through word of mouth. It sings of how the annihilated Kong family.
여기서 말하긴 자리가 좋지 않군요. 기회가 되면 말씀드리리다.
And this is not the place to discuss. What was that? A raid? Action raid? Wow, hello action. Let's see if it crashes my stream this time. I don't think it should, since I think what was crashing the stream was the friggin' see if I can move that up though. I think what was crashing my stream was it's switching back from the raid screen to gaming, but I got rid of that unfortunately, so it wouldn't crash my stream anymore because it just wasn't worth it. But how is everybody doing? Hi. Wow. I'll just move it back to fix it. Just finished the base game of the turd that is Dark Souls 2. Is Dark Souls 2 bad? A bad game? I've never really played Dark Souls. I'm not good at that kind of game. I get lost too easily. Because I'm stupid. Yeah. Let's move back down here. Yeah. But I'm playing Limbus Company, the Night in the Backstreets Intervallar rerun. Or Nocturnal Sweeping Intervallar rerun. Dark Souls 1 Classic, did my first playthrough, did my first playthrough, it's a piece of crap. Dang, that's rough.
그런 노래도 있었군요.
Didn't know there was a song like that. Just got a DLC and I'm completely done with it. Then you can move it to Dark Souls 3.
홍로 씨도 처음 들어보는 노래인가요?
Then do the fun one of Dark Souls 3. Nice, nice. Good to hear, good to hear. Very cool, very cool. Is this the first time you've heard of it too, Honglu?
귀하게 자란 도련님이면 뒷골목은 처음 와봤을 테니까 이런 노래도 처음인 거겠지.
He's a posh kid from a posh family. I doubt he's ever set his precious feet in the back streets. So no wonder he's never heard anything like it.
뒷골목에 처음 와본 건 아니지만 히스클리프 씨의 말도 틀린 건 아니에요.
I have been to the back streets before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. You gotta be lurking, you sit the plate dinner, send plate dinner for wifey wife, because she's been waiting on me. She also says hi. Your eyes be huge and sparkly. They do be huge and sparkly, yes. Yeah. My eyes do be huge and sparkly. Hehehe.
저는 대부분의 시간을 제 방에서 보냈으니까요.
I did spend most of my time in my room.
그건 도련님께서 그만큼 귀한 분이시기 때문이지 않습니까?
That is precisely because you are the most treasured one of them all, young master.
가장 비싸고 반짝이는 옥을 본체 가장 깊은 곳, 아무도 닿지 않는 곳에 숨겨두는 것처럼 말이지요.
Much like how the jade of the greatest worth is to be cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depths of one's coffers where none shall reach.
내가 저 정도라고?
I'm like him.
최근에는 덜하긴 했어.
To a lesser degree, particularly of late. So that guy used to work for the Jia family, huh? Do you know him, Monglu?
네?
도련님? 어찌
Yo,
얼굴을
master? Is there something on my face? Ah. Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Then,
아무것도 아니에요. 저희는 계속 이쪽으로 걸으면 될까요?
it's nothing. Shall we continue walking down this road?
그러합니다. 소인 이 근방의 지리에는 달통하니 걱정치 마시게.
Indeed, humble as I may be, I'm very well versed in the roads of this area. Honglu shook his head at me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we knew from Qingtao. Should we be suspicious of something?
조심해서 나쁠 건 없겠죠. 협력자라고 하지만
He is a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable.
파일럿이라는 놈이 말하는 꼴을 봐선 충분히 의심해야 할 필요는 있겠지.
Given Pearl Pilot's clear inexperience and naivete, we would do well to remain suspicious of his character. Yep. Well, looking at Faust and Otis approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Well, looking back at our journey so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we came across. With this growing mistrust in mind, I slowly made my distance from the guide before asking Faust the burning question. So what was that about back there with Virgilius? Something about him going off to help them out?
워더링 하이츠에서 있었던 일의 후속 조치입니다.
The consequence of his actions at Wuthering Heights.
자치가 계약했던 중대한 사항을 위반했으니 그에 대한 책임을 지는 중이라고 보시면 되겠군요.
His actions were a violation of the many more important items in his contract with the company. He's simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. I think back to the incident at the manor. It feels like such a long time ago now. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really helped us out of a pickle.
뭐? 그때 그 일 때문에 그 인간이 끌려가는 거라고?
What? That's what they're dragging him away for?
귀빈분들께서 무슨 일이라도 있으신지.
Is there a problem, honored guest?
아무것도 아니에요. 그치, 로슈?
It's nothing. Nothing at all. No problemo, right, Ryoshu?
뭐, 슈.
S, you idiot.
메르소, 우리 희스가 좀 피곤한 것 같은데 받아줄 수 있지?
Rousseau, can you carry Heath for a little bit? He's dead tired.
문제 없다.
It will be done. Heathcliff, punched in the gut by the hilt of Ryoshu's sword, fell forward right into Rousseau's welcoming shoulder. Roja?
나는 비밀 이야기하는데 눈치 없이 목소리 커지는 사람은 싫더라.
You know the kind of person I hate the most? The kind of dull people who can't read the room.
한테도 그렇지?
Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. I nodded enthusiastically, as something seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking a question. I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but...
이번 일은 로자 씨와 류슈 씨의 판단이 옳습니다.
Rodian and Ryoshu judged correctly this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider.
생각해보면 예전에 버스에서도 손 안 들고 질문해서 꽤 오래 기절했었죠.
Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions and raising his hands. This guy just doesn't learn, huh?
별일이 아니라면 다행입니다만.
If it is no problemo, as you say, then that is well indeed. Yet I worry it appears that the problem has found us anyway. I stopped and looked around, realizing that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hands.
이쪽으로 가면 습격은 없다면서.
Safer, not safe. What happened to us to finding us a safer path?
꽤 많은 습격은 피했으리라 생각합니다만 몇몇 눈치 빠른 자들이 꼬리를 밟은 건 통탄스럽지만 어쩔 수 없겠죠.
It is likely that my guidance has indeed given us a much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, to my great regret, it appears that the more observant of our enemies have tracked us here.
젠장. 잘잘못은 조금 있다가 따지죠.
I'll leave their finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down.
우리가 여기 있다는 사실 저들이 외부에
We
퍼뜨리지
must not
않게
be allowed to disseminate our current location.
맞아. 근데 말이야, 경도 씨.
지금 슬금슬금 어디 가는
Exactly. Where are you slinking off to, Mr. Qingtao?
소인이 전투에는 영 소질이 없어 잠시 뒤로 물러나려 합니다. 그래도 도련님과 귀빈분들이 강하시니
I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents in war are terribly lacking. So I intend to become scarce for a moment. Yet I have the utmost faith in the strength of our young master and honored guest in overcoming this adversity. So Qingtao was already standing so far away from the front lines that he was practically hiding behind me. Faust, anything you can tell us about these enemies?
네. 하지만 게젤 샤프트를 거치지 않아도 저들과 협상의 여지가 없다는 건 알 것 같군요.
No, but a consultation with the Gesellschaft seems unnecessary for to determine whether negotiating with them is an option.
옵니다.
Russo, wake Heathcliff up and set him down.
알겠습니다.
It will be done. Oh, it will be done.
다들 기운이 넘치는군.
Sharp-looking strangers.
직접 선별한 용기를
I mean, I suppose.
파이브가 도움이 되었는가?
혹들을 제거하겠소.
좋은 고용은 아니지만 안
I don't know if I'd really consider them sharp-looking, but
다음엔
I guess they do have kind of cool clothes. Sure, I'll give it to him then.
숨통 끊기.
効果的な攻撃でした。敵の調子が悪くなっているみたいです。
It is just win rating anyway. Nothing too interesting.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
재밌는 순간이에요.
엄청나게 강한 일격을.
행동을 개시합니다.
Music.
겨우 이 정도야?
재밌는 순간이에요.
승리했어! 방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는
Good rate.
이따가 버스에서
It's that easy. Wow, almost full heads.
제압 개체에게 큰 피해를 준 것 같아.
맛있는 거 준비해줘.
가장 완벽한
아직
공격이었어.
죽지 마라.
폭의 거울은 깨졌어. 폭의 거울은 깨졌어.
늘 새롭다니까요.
敵は深手を負っています。
Get those last two guys.
행동을 개시합니다.
원더풀 선택이었어, 나리! 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군!
당연한 결과죠.
Easy fight.
당장 덤벼드는 자들은 이것으로 마무리된 것 같다.
Hostiles in the vicinity have been eliminated.
도련님,
그럼요.
과연 귀빈분들도 뛰어나신 소인.
That was skip those moves. More CG.
아, 본래 가주 필시.
다들 잘
도련님은
저는 그 다른 형제
God, I'm tired.
다행인.
아, 그야
So
가주 선발에
eepy.
참가하는 건 걱정 마시. 여전 공원의
어이, 그건 말고
아니 1년이 다 되게 말을 안 듣다가
Now I want to do the Ricardo fight. What's why you have me check what level I have to get to? Beat for that. We do the Ricardo refractal.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만
See if I have to like finish it or not. Yep. Dang. Hey, I can afford the announcer.
청소를 시작할 시간입니다.
요즘과 공원의 골목이 애수상하다지만 이분들과 함께라면 헤쳐나갈 수 있을 겁니다.
우리 청소도 무사히 끝났으면 좋겠습니다.
I'm gonna use the sweeper one for the rest of this intervalo.
청소를 시작할 시간입니다.
요즘과
Yay!
뜀박질 시간.
Yay, sweepers!
아이씨, 야, 이 앞으로는 편할 거라면서 이게 뭔데?
Oi! What happened to safe and easy passage? Explain this shite.
빛나는 얼굴을 알아버린 탓에
It appears the young master's radiant countenance was made known.
인적 없는 곳으로 들어온 거 아니었나요? 어째 입구보다 사람이 더 많은 것 같은데요?
I thought we were finding a more clandestine passage. How come we're getting jumped by even more enemies?
말씀드렸듯 도련님의
As I have said, young master's radiant.
분명할 거면 좀 레퍼토리라도 다양하게 하세요.
Please try to give a little variation to your excuses.
습격한 자들의 소속이 모두 다른 것을 보아 이자가 마냥 거짓을 고하는 건 아닌 것 같습니다만.
That kind of
어딘가에 소속되지도 않은 사람들이 가시 가문의 일원을 습격한다니.
For people without a clear allegiance to a member of the Jia family.
요즘 뒷골목 분들은 굉장히 과감해지셨네요. 예전에는 지나갈 때마다 엎드려 계셔서 얼굴 보기도 힘들었는데 다행이네요.
Looks like everyone in the back streets have been getting pretty plucky while I was away. Back then, I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'd all be on their hands and knees whenever you walk past. Ah, what a wonderful change.
이게 개뿔. 도대체 언제까지 가야 하는 건데?
Oi, shove that wonderful change up your arse, you bloody loon. How much longer till we get there?
얼마 지나지 않아 객잔에 도착할 테니 괜찮소이다.
My Kazan is near. Calm your worries. Our guide seems oddly calmer now than he did at the beginning of this journey. Did he really get numb from all the violence that fast, or?
그러고 보니 아까부터 객잔 하는데 객잔이 뭔데?
Speaking of which, what's a Kazan?
일종의 숙박업소입니다.
Is a term commonly used to refer to taverns, inns, or equivalent places of lodging in this region.
숙박? 그럼 호텔?
Lodging, huh? Like a hotel?
꽤 좋은 곳이겠네? 막 워프 열차 때처럼 웰컴 푸드 같은 것도 주는 거 아니야?
Food's gotta be pretty fancy then, huh? Do they serve like complimentary snacks and drinks like the warp train?
그것까진 모르겠지만 객자는 보통 술이랑 음식도 같이 파는 것 같던데 식사는 할 수 있을지도 모르겠네요.
Not sure about that, but it seems like Kazans also serve alcohol and food. Alongside their lodging services, maybe we can get a meal in there.
거기에서는 이렇게 덤벼드는 놈들은 없는 거야?
And hopefully we won't be attacked there like this. It's about that.
밤의 불가침. 당연히 주거지 내부에서의 싸움은 홍원에서도 이 구역, 이 층계만의 금기이지요.
Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside a residential building is, within this particular area and floor of Hongyuan, a taboo.
금기. 그나마 한시름 놓겠구려.
A taboo. We may rest with ease within then. So about that. I saw Faust's eyebrows slowly twitch, as though she had just heard the most ridiculous thing. But I guess I'll ask her about that later.
나 참 가주인지 당주인지 선발할 거라면 그때나 치고받고 할 것이지.
Phew, man, for something, some kind of family hierarchy or family head selection contest. Why couldn't they just save all this fighting until then?
그때가 되면 늦으니까요.
Because it'd be too late. Huh?
늦는다고?
Late how?
네. 가주 후보라면 모두 대단히 귀중한 걸 가져왔을 거예요.
Every hierarchy candidate must have brought incredibly precious treasures with them.
자신이 가져온 게 제일 귀중하다고 믿는다면 좋겠지만
It would be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but
확실한 건 다른 후보가 가져온 걸 빼앗는 거네요. 자기보다 더 귀중한 걸 가져왔을 수도 있으니까요.
But everyone's going to try and take each other's just to be sure, I see. Just in case someone else brought something even better than their own.
하는 김에 목숨도 빼앗아 두면 더 편하다고 생각하고 있을 테죠.
And might as well kill them too, for the sake of convenience.
당신네 가문은 항상 그런 논리로 굴러가는 거야?
Is that how the folks in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that?
다른 집안도 크게 다른 것 같진 않던걸요?
But other families didn't seem too different from mine, Fuhu. Damn.
소중에 소인이 끼어드는 듯하여 송구스럽습니다만.
Deepest apologies for my intruding upon this most enthralling conversation. However,
걸음을 빨리 하지 않으면
we may be inviting even further trouble by dallying here.
바깥은 곧 밤이 올 것이기 때문에.
It will be nighttime soon.
일꾼들은 연료를 가득 태워오셨군요. 안심이 됩니다.
흑수며 뜀박질 춤.
멈추십시오. 멈추십시오. 천장 위에 주거지가 있습니다. 칼고리를 빼내십시오.
자! 숨통 끊기.
만복이
Get him.
갈고리가 쉽게 들어간다. 어렵지 않게 연료를 뽑아낼 수 있을 것 같습니다.
기름 막히의 문제들은 제쳤습니다.
행동을
곧
개시합니다.
들어버릴 수 있습니다.
교정대.
겨울 정도야.
좋지는 낙엽하오.
Yeah, I probably should grind for all the 9.5 interval, but I really don't care that much about the rewards that are left. It's all just consumables. I got all the cosmetic stuff. And the rolls. All that's left is the XP tickets and thread. That fight's such a pain in the butt to do.
금방 다녀올게.
It's such a pain in the butt to do on repeat. I just don't care enough.
상처에 치료주고 배품에 감사합니다. 이렇게 서로 돕고 도와야 가족들도 이웃들도 아이들도 행복합니다.
지금이 기회입니다.
Yeah, Furiosa them. That's not gonna be overkill at all. Nope, not overkill at all.
어머니의 기쁨 벌써부터 느껴지는 것만 같습니다.
Yay, sweepers.
자, 도착했습니다.
Here we are.
여긴가요?
Is this the place? After running through alleyway after alleyway, turning corner after corner, we finally came across at the site of several small buildings tightly built next to one another. At the center of them was a building lit with red lamps, adorned with a door plate with complicated-looking letters scribbled over it.
생각보다 허름한데? 당신네 도련님이 묻기엔 허접한 거 아니야?
This is shoddier than I expected. Hey, isn't this supposed to be too trashy to house your precious young master?
그쪽은 다른 건물입니다. 귀빈 여러분들을 모실 장소는 바로 이것이지요.
That is not our building. Please look this way to see where our honored guests will be staying for the night.
역시 그렇지. 홍루한테 들은 게 있는데 적어도 호화...
Give me something even crappier and more rundown. I knew it. I heard so much from Hung Li about all the splendor, all the... Huh? We followed Qingtao's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts, its exterior painted black. That looks smaller than even Mephistopheles. Can we all even fit in there?
저기, 저 건물은 당신네 도련님이 아니라 우리가 묵기에도 좀 허접하지 않아?
Hey, isn't this place too trash for your young master, let alone us?
이곳은 제가 관리하는 객잔 중 가장 가까운 곳입니다만 뒷골목에 있다 보니 아무래도 부족함이 많습니다.
This is the nearest Kazan we could afford to stay in, at least among the ones that I manage. Its location in the back streets heavily limits the level of decency it can afford.
이것밖에 준비하지 못해 송구합니다, 도련님.
My deepest and sincerest apologies, young master.
부족할 때도 있는 거죠. 그래도 하루 묵기엔 문제 없어 보이는걸요?
Don't worry, we can always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine. For never night stay to me.
제정신인가요?
Can't always.
전부 들어갈 수 있는지도 확실하지 않아요.
Are you nuts? Can that thing even fit all of us in there?
중앙구역 본가에 있는 조금 더 좋은 장소에 귀빈분을 모시고 싶었지만
Much did I wish to guide the honored guest to the family mansion in the central zone.
아무래도 곧
However, the time.
청소의 물결을 말하는 건가?
Oh, the sweeping wave. Sweepers. Does that start at 3:13 in the morning? It feels like we got plenty of time to get there.
그러게요. 이 정도 시간이면 본가가 있다는
Exactly. Don't we have more than enough time to get to the family mansion?
D치사 관광 안내 책자에 따르면 여기서
According to the Age Group travel guide, the central area is only like an hour away from here.
귀빈께서는 8구에 걸음한 적이 있소이까?
Has the honored guest traveled to District 8 before?
아니요. 직접 와보는 건 이번이 처음이죠.
Well, no, this is my first time here, but...
근데 직접 겪지도 않은 이곳의 사정을 어찌 책자 하나로 논할 수 있는지?
Then one must ask how the honored guest could claim to have any full understanding of a place merely flipping through a book, when she hasn't had to contend with it in person.
헤아릴 수 없을 정도로 빽빽하고 무성... 식견의 짧...
조용히 하세요, 단테.
하지만 책자의 길 안내조차 제대로 하지 못한 니
아무래도
졌어. 소인의 무리에서... 하지...
Show me, Jichin!
감탄 거기서 내가 오해... 아까는 자네는...
이...
이 호텔도
반대한 건
널...
현대
오, 진짠데? 아는 생각보다 멀끔해.
꽤 고풍.
아니요.
자...
아직은
아무리 오빠라도 수상하다는 생각이
Yay, Jichin! Jichin's here! Yay! So, big brother, something fed off to you too, huh? That's when we caught a familiar voice.
와, 시춘. 벌써 이렇게
Wow,
만났네.
Jichin! It's you, and so soon, too.
말했잖아. 금방 다시 볼 것 같다고.
Yeah, I told you we had a feeling we'll be seeing each other very soon.
도련님,
Have you been well, young master?
웨이 씨도 평안해 보여서 다행이에요. 그럼 시춘도 여기서 묵는 거야?
I'm so glad to see that you're doing well, Mr. Wei. Oh wait, don't tell me you're staying here too, Jichin.
원래라면 이런 곳에는 발도 들이밀지 않겠지만
I normally wouldn't even set foot in a place like this, but
본가로 돌아가는 길의 입구에 무슨 커다란 공사가 일어나서
I ran into some sort of large-scale construction on the way back to the Finn mansion. I had to come through the back streets. So we're the only ones troubled by that random construction site? I don't know how random it was now. Suspicious. Suspicious. Oh, hail thee to rest! The confident look on Jichin's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm.
저자도 다시 기억을 잃고 합류한 거야?
Did she lose her memories again? Is she with you?
아니, 돈키호테 씨는 언제나 그대로.
No, Don Quixote's the same as always.
하지만 저런 얼빠진 모습은
But she looks like such an airhead.
시춘 군 우리 저기 휴게실이라도 가서 잠시 그간 못 나눴던
Jichin, well, doust accompany me to the lounge for a moment, so we may share a moment of catching up.
그런
Oh yeah, actually, let's do that. Hold on. Josh Jichin seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Don Quixote after hearing and her memories were intact. We're walking right up to her.
할까? 나쁘지 않네. 웨이, 나는 이자와 잠깐 이야기라도 나눌 테니 묵을 방을 좀 골라보고 있어봐.
I like that idea. Shall we? Wait, why don't you go and find a room for me to stay in while I talk some things out with her? Huh?
왜? 그간 못 나눴던 이야기라도 하자면.
Sesbian licks. What? You wanted to do some catching up, right?
그것이 그 관리자 나리.
Tis, Manager Esquire.
인재 유출은 커다란 귀책 사유가 될 수 있습니다. 단테.
Loss of critical personnel may be a cause for disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though.
시춘이 돈키호테 씨가 마음에 들었나 보네요. 저런 장난도 치고.
It looks like Jijun really likes Don Quixote if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that.
돈키호테 씨가 아니라 그때 봤던 돈키호테 씨의 힘이 마음에 든 거겠죠.
It's not Don Quixote she likes. She's obviously just wants Don Quixote's power she saw back then.
아가씨, 이러시면
My lady, this is hardly the appropriate place for...
알았어. 나중에 할게. 자, 간다고.
Fine, I'll try again later. Go get some sleep. I'm heading in too. Well, let's all head inside now.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만 아직 기회는 없구려. 그렇다면 여전히 난 아무것도
Look at all those rewards I'm getting. Suspicion. Wait, it starts on 15? No. Okay. Suspicion. Hey, Hime. How's it going? Hope you're doing well.
이건 이상해요.
불렀어.
Ideal. I'm glad you're doing well. Did you call?
그 농담 오랜만이네.
No, I missed that joke you sang.
그런 건 아니지만 아니 아무튼 지금 아무도 이상한 걸 모르겠어요?
That's not what I was. I'm not. Anyway. Am I the only one who feels like something stands out like a sore thumb from the whole picture?
오, 그래. 마침 잘 말했어.
로자 씨.
그래서 뭐가 이상하다는 건데?
So what's off about this place?
그야 당연히.
Isn't it obvious?
웰컴 푸드가 너무 적잖아.
Where'd all the complimentary snacks go? What's with that weird mystery table at the center of the room? This room.
어라? 그러고 보니
색이 밝은 것이 꽤 귀엽구려.
Suspicious.
아는 좀 어떤
Is it any better inside?
아니 뭔가요? 저 흉측한 탁자는?
What the hell is that hideous table? The kerfuffle sparked by the particularly unsightly piece of indoor furniture calms what's everyone made inside the building. Of course, no one was able to discern the real purpose of that table yet.
걸을 때마다 신발에 검은 것이 묻어나고 있다.
Every step is in the floor, these black residue on the shoes.
바닥만이 아니군요. 벽에도 만질 때마다 검은 무언가가 묻어나오고.
Suspicious. Not only the floor, touching the walls is an unidentified black substance on one's fingers.
거기에 벽이 묘하게 찰랑이고 있어. 도대체 무엇을?
Those aren't walls. Not to mention how the walls ripple in an odd fashion. What could possibly be the construction of this structure?
뭐
Yeah.
어지간히 관리를 안 한
Hey,
거지.
random, how's it going? Thank you for first. Oh, my guess is that the maintenance staff's been slacking.
그렇다기엔 또 꽤 정갈하단 말이지. 내가 개차원인들에 하도 돌아다녀서 진짜
Maybe.
사람들이 안
Was everything so neatly organized if that's the case? I've been to enough seedy establishments to tell when a place has gone wild without tidying up. Well, no one else has claimed it, so you are first.
그래도
Pretty
방마다
much.
침상은 하나씩 있는 것으로
If no one else has claimed it, that's all I'm saying.
부족하지만
But I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Even if I'm a bit eepy and don't really feel like reading because it makes me eepy, and I just want to fight Ricardo. Get the coupons. I want the coupons. At least it appears that each room is furnished with a bed. Well, this is far from optimal. Executive manager, we may be able to rest here.
시간이 없긴 없었나 보지.
Huh, I guess they really didn't have the time to clean up. Jia Jichun, the last person to walk in after having taken her time to examine the area outside the lobby, stared blankly around the room with an aghast expression.
성의가 없어도 너무 없어서 기가 차네.
I'm not even sure what to say about this ridiculous negligence. Then found her room after leaving a scathing remark.
우리가 뭐 수상쩍은 거 한두 번 당하냐?
This ain't the first time we're sauntering right into some shady business, isn't it? Let's just cross that bridge when we get to it, yeah? Some sinners including Heathcliff already slumped to the floor, vociferously expressing their desire to rest with a collective sigh of exhaustion. That is pretty weird, but at least we have a roof over our heads.
그렇다면 단테, 휴식을 선언해도 좋을 것 같네요.
In that case, Dante, perhaps this may be a good time to announce today's closure of business. Never made this announcement outside the bus before. Oh, right. I hereby confirm today's closure of business for the sinners.
네, 감사합니다. 지금부터 변동 가능성을 가진 최대 12시간의 수면 및 휴식을 시작합니다.
Understood. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you all be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and rest. The duration is subject to change. Have a good night. As soon as she finished, the sinners each began to relax in their own ways, some stumbling into their rooms, while others lingered to speculate over the bizarre table at the center of the room. Save for Otis, that is. Got something to say, Otis?
예, 관리자님.
How? Oh, your new best friend from earlier? Hello, Toma. Seemed like you guys were getting along pretty well.
예?
Hello. Oh, you mean when you slightly nodded in my direction?
예. 그자는 이리저리
former
이곳의 지리를 이용해서 차라리 기회를 봐 그런 식으로 친화를 포장하고 의도대로.
Of course, always Limbus. That too. Lots of Limbus. Hmm? Possibly. Yes. I seriously thought that suspicious guy totally won you over. Executive manager.
제 경력이 몇
Oh
년.
boy. Otis's disappointment was palpable, but she stopped herself as though she remembered that there were more important matters at hand. But yes, there is indeed also a Devil May Cry character named Dante.
모르겠지만 홍루 가복을 제거하기 위해 처음부터 LCCB에 접근했다고 보는 것이 제일 합당한 추측 같습니다.
I would say there's probably at least a couple Dantes in video game history. He does not. He does not know. He also doesn't need to breathe. That is true. That is true. But Dante lost his memories, so he doesn't remember he doesn't remember what that's like. I guess it's Dante's they them. They don't remember what that's like, so it's fine. That's one possible goal, yeah. We don't really know. Only the sinners can understand what Dante is saying. Because of the contract they signed or whatever with him. Or pact, I guess.
파일럿.
They just hear ticking noises, except for one person, Daemon. The Daemon's weird.
파우스트 측에서도 알려진 금기를 전부 확인해봤지만 간의 불가침이라는 금기를 찾을 수는 없었습니다.
Review every known taboo has failed to identify one he called residential non-aggression taboo that universally prohibits acts of violence within residential areas.
거짓으로 예단하긴 이릅니다. 이 홍원이라는 곳은 구역에 따라 금기가 바뀌는 경우도 있는 것 같으니.
It is too early to come to conclusions regarding that matter. It's like 8:48 for me, but I'm just tired. I need to get to sleep tonight. And not stay up till 2 in the morning again. I know. I know. It is too early to. It appears that this area, Hongyuan, has taboos that change depending on your location within its territory.
하지만 여러 정황상 진실을
3-hour exam. That's rough. That's rough, buddy.
부정하진 않겠습니다.
I'm sorry. Your assessment cannot be
그렇다면
denied.
저희는 이미 계획 속에 들어와 있을 것입니다. 아마 계속되었던 습격도 지금도 함정 안에 들어앉아 있을 수도 있을 것입니다. 저희 모두가 이 뒷골목에 대한 정보가 많진 않으니.
It is a trap though. So.
하지만 저쪽도 저희의 전력을 너무 허접하게 분석했을 것입니다. 그러니 그런 잡배들을 수배해서 습격했을 것이고.
Let's go. I'm also finished with exams and stuff. Finals week, because I finished all my finals.
다음엔 전부 신뢰가 될 수 있으면 좋겠군요.
No. Never free. Yeah, but then I just have other stuff I need to do instead. Yeah, pretty much.
밤이 꽤 늦었어. 호의도 없이 어딜 가려는 거야?
Work.
생각해보니까 째깍대는 걸 내가 알아들을 수가 없구나.
It is, yeah. Right, I can't understand what you're saying. Sorry, it was... What? No, I was reading it, Tomato. I was reading the dialogue. I was trying. My voice doesn't change that much, sadly. Heathcliff.
그러니까
Not going British. I guess Cockney. Yeah.
싶은 거야? 그
Let's see.
고개를 전
아가씨,
중대한 뭔가
Skip. Skipping all that. British. They can, yeah. I'm not German, I'm American. I don't speak German very well. I am good at geography, yes. At least I like to think I am.
뒷박질 시간.
I don't feel I know I usually don't, but that's because this is just an event rerun. So I already know what happens. And what I really want to do is the boss fight and stuff that it's at the end. And I really don't feel like doing all that reading first. Yes. And I don't really feel like reading all this stuff again. What's that supposed to mean? Random? Ramdom or ramdom? Not random. Hey, creation.
좋은 구경거리가
관리자님, 천장에서 숨어 지켜볼 수 있다는 거라.
You're thinking? I don't think that. I don't do that much. I don't do much thinking.
지금 너희를
Nope.
부리는 자는 누구지?
No, I don't have to.
광부리 봉헌 성취기 중이야.
왜?
Yeah.
저 시시껄렁한 주문을
That will do well. Yay.
당신
몸에 손을 대.
알았어. 이 자식
The walls are melting.
수가 어째서?
생각보다 뒷배가 있었다는 거겠지. 단지 가주 선발에 들떠서.
Because I want to see if anything. I want to see if anyone interesting here is here. Or say, I want to hear funny sound effects if there's anything, or cool voice effects.
하나가 아니요. 네, 거짓일 테죠.
British.
아직 저
British time.
요즘 윗분의 아이들을 뵙겠습니까?
출진이다.
Yay, sweepers.
집까지 찾아오는 부천객들 때문에 매번 문단 속을 시키는데도 자꾸만 깜빡합니다. 갈고리가 쉽게 들어간다. 어렵지 않게 연료를 뽑아낼 수 있을 것 같습니다.
자,
숨통 끊기.
I'd say they're more a neutral party.
요즘 윗분의 아이들을 뵙겠습니까? 걱정이 많습니다. 집까지 찾아오는 부천객들
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
자꾸만 깜빡합니다.
Overlord is that the name? Well then, what are you talking about then?
출진이다.
조심하십시오. 자칫 잘못하면 날아갑니다. 보입니까? 동력분들이 마음에 주겠습니다.
숨통 끊기.
저들은 없어서 만복의 시간입니다.
You said that already. That's not very specific though. You're describing villain protagonists in general. You're not saying anything specific about what show this is. You're just describing an archetype.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Is that the show? I've never seen Tokyo Ghoul, no.
생각대로 되었어.
No. I probably will never watch it now. This game's rated 18. Is this game rated 18 plus?
교정에 따라 실행합니다.
가치 없군.
교정대로
가치 없군.
다 함께 밥을 먹었습니다. 어머니의 기쁨.
I'm not sure what this game's age rating is. I'm pretty sure this game is rated M for mature.
좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군. 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
Yeah. Kinda. It's more described, I guess, but... Oh. Game? Oh. Game bugged out for a second. Need to beat 726. Still a bunch left.
카니발 타임.
No, it didn't crash. I think it seems to crash when it switches scenes. So I stopped the raid from when it switches back from the raid screen to the gaming screen. So I stopped it from doing that, and it didn't crash. So yeah, pretty much. Don't switch scenes when there's a raid. That's the idea. Good first round. Yeah, I usually did. Used to. Now I don't anymore because that crashed my stream. So I stopped. It's that simple.
교정에 따라 실행합니다.
Not anymore.
자,
숨통 끊기. 백승류, 김박제춤.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why switching the scenes causes it to crash now. I just know that switching the scenes causes it to crash.
순조로운 전략.
But I don't know the underlying reason. No.
승리했어.
There we go.
어머니의 기쁨, 벌써부터 느껴지는 것만 같습니다.
There we go. Easy dub.
정.
본인 여긴 다른 수감자들 쪽엔 문제가 없었는지 확인하고 왔네. 그쪽도 습격받은 것 같더군.
Do you want to hear? I'd gone to a spy if the other sinners had suffered as we have. Verily, they were indeed targeted as well.
대부분은 습격에 잘 대처.
That's how I voice her.
곧 이쪽으로 복귀할 것 같네만.
Yes, that's the idea. Is the idea. Is indeed the idea.
그리고
그 양반은 당하긴
어?
왜 못 볼까 보는 표정.
그야
아이씨 어쩐지
Blimey, that's what this funny itch in the back of my head. Yeah.
아이씨 어쩐지 뒤통수가 간지러워.
관리자님, 다른 수감자들이 속속 모여들고 있습니다.
What are you talking about? Yes, Tomato. I've heard of the Minions movie. It is, yeah.
한심한 놈들이긴 또한 아직 로비 쪽에 전투 소음이 있으니 빠르게 합류해 보는 것이 좋을 것 같군.
Heathcliff is pretty British, yeah.
와, 다들 거기 멈추시죠.
너
Yeah. Regular British. Yes. Well, high class British.
공격적으로 나오네. 흑수를 부릴 정도의 사람이.
And no, I don't give her a British accent.
안전을 확보하셨다.
흉계가 있다는
눈치가 빠르셨군. H사에서 살아남아 가주 후보자를 골라 섬겨 충의를 다하는 걸. 하지만 곱게 자라기만 해 야망 같은 건 한 톨도 없는 보옥도련님을 누가 섬기겠습니까?
등이 똑바로 간수 안 해? 너
그만, 웨이.
니놈에게 그러니
됐다. 검을 거둬라.
도련님,
됐어.
This guy, I hate this guy. This guy's kind of a brat. He also kind of sucks though, so that's fine, I guess.
P 플러스 미묘하지만 분명하게 한 발자국 나아갔군요. 어떤 요소가 평가 점수를 높였을지
He's here.
필요할 것
Let's go. He's here.
전투 도중 잠시 이성을 잃고 몰입한 적이 있습니다.
Yes.
그때의 기억이 온전치 않아 아쉽군요.
전시 준비는 완벽하답니다.
I don't know about that. Isn't it, bro? You didn't make it past the first chapter.
전시 준비.
내 작품 또
열련.
책임은 모두
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주죠. 말뚝을.
이제야 고래를 향 나를
Yes, I will. Because you haven't played barely any of the game.
찾았냐?
교류회. 설레네요.
You've played probably less than 10% of the game. I know.
그래, 불사의 강을 찾겠다고 쓸데.
이건 뭐 누구야?
I mean,
오빠?
I don't know. It's really not bad, but I'm not playing through all. I'm not playing through all that. This is too much game.
쪽을 묻는 거잖아. 묘를 부리는 사람이 누구? 그것도
It's too much game that I don't really care about in order to get the stuff I would care about. Like Farina.
거기도지.
이완님, 어차피 흑수들은
I know she is.
어차피
청소의 뭐 반응은 매우 그들의 명령 그렇죠. 거기에 더 이것은 메피스토.
그래, 괜히 이만 이제
Cultural osmosis is pretty much all I got.
적확
뭐야? 아, 네, 사씨가. 와.
Okay, and then he's gonna show up in the middle of it. Oh, I guess I can do that later. I guess first we gotta fight her. I'm not too worried about that, pal.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
I'm not too worried about beating her. Unless my sinners just roll tails, which isn't great. I don't know. I guess it depends on your perspective. Some of the boss, objectively they get stronger, but you're also getting stronger. So. But yeah, I guess I'd say they get stronger since they're meant to deal with stronger units. Or they're meant to be fought with stronger units. Like power creep and all that. No, I'm not really one for discussions of that, so I don't know how bad the power creep is in Limbus.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
아?
I think there definitely is some power creep, but I don't know how bad it is. You know?
녀석들은 조심하십시오. 자칫 잘못하면 날아갑니다.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
Yeah, that's some good damage.
갈고리가 쉽게 들어간다. 어렵지 않게 연료를 뽑아낼 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Here it comes, let's go! Strange tune crashes through the sound of this fierce battle. Is this electric dance music? Something about it sounds familiar.
마침내
Finally.
너희를 찾아다니느라 내 머리카락이 조금 더 버석해졌지.
Thanks to the merry chase you've led me on, I have slid ever so slightly further into the world of the bristly.
2주 10이랑 시행. 명부의 처형을 피해 다닌 놈들은 다리부터 찢어놓는 극형으로 진행.
Let's see. Title 2, Section 11, Narusi. The punishment for those who dare to flee from the middle's retribution begins by tearing their legs apart from the groin.
허비한 시간만큼 최대한 고통을
I'll make sure you suffer for all the time you've wasted.
이 새끼가 왜 여기 있어?
What the fuck? What the fuck is that blighter doing here?
뭐 스토커야?
The hell's wrong with you? You've been stalking us all along?
도둑놈을 쫓는 것을 언제부터 그렇게 말했지? 이놈 덕에 나는
Since when is chasing after a thief conflated with stalking? How have you know that I'm still banished from the wood of the luscious, thanks to you who dared pinch my hair coupons?
저것도 뭐야? 제3세력?
Yeah, he's shredded.
대체 어디서 원한을 맺고 다니는 거야?
You guys are just pissing people off left and right, aren't you?
저것들도 그냥 다 해치워.
정체를
뭐라고?
모르시겠는가?
중지가 왜 여기까지 튀어?
Yep, he's a big brother of the middle.
LCE에서 평가된 수감자들의 전력을 아예 싸워보지도 않기에는 전투 승률이 믿어볼 만한 불확실성.
뭐 때문에 내가 이 동부에서 그러니까
밤틀?
와. 아두남에 잡아먹혔나? 정말 앞뒤가 보이질 않나 보군.
Oof. Get him.
대단한 나와 얼굴을 마주하고 15초 만에 장부
Record the Book of Vengeance, 15 seconds.
싸가 얘들아!
뭐라는 거야?
넌 또 너도 포함해서 이 자리에 있는 것들.
다들 무기 들어요. 저
Yay.
가족에게 불을 소유한다면 공원의 소녀 이 성장의 비극을
Some moidering time.
우리에겐 피해일 겁니다. 식사 전수가 늘어날 겁니다.
야! 타!
Get him.
만복의 시간입니다. 차!
It's going much better.
지금이 기회입니다.
한 건 했다. 맛있는 거 준비해줘, 단테.
방향을 헷갈리지 마십시오. 식사할 장소는
What do I miss? More gloom.
가야 합니다. 예.
금방 다녀올게.
Yeah, more gloom makes sense.
지금이 기회입니다.
Not a lot of gloom on this team here.
거기의 거울은 깨졌어.
동부의 흑수라는 놈들이 그런 놈이 갑자기 원래
이상.
I don't know. He's pretty strong.
하지만 멈출 수 없습니다.
He's pretty dang strong.
나가갑시다.
Maybe.
행동을 개시합니다.
Don't know if I'd be particularly optimistic of your chances, but I think you could do it. We will see. We'll see how long I'll be able to stream for. Now he's charging up. Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면
Definitely
어쩔 수
something like that.
없지만요.
죄송합니다, 형님. 뒤는 맡겨.
저 로신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
들립니다. 이에서 소리.
Complete and total extermination.
각세의 적을 모른다. 충격에 대비하십시오.
It is a pretty dang strong hit. Or how do you really can clash that? Why not? I guess I could if he rolls tails, but... And I guess he would be going last. So maybe I could get enough damage on him to ignore it, to not have to deal with that. Ooh, would need to deal hundreds of damage now. I'll give it a shot.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
There we go. He did. I did it. He got staggered. Cool. Now I can just ignore his complete and total extermination. Good stuff. His complete and total extermination wasn't quite as total as advertised.
행동을 개시합니다.
Might do too much damage though. I don't want to. Might take him to the next stagger threshold. Past the next stagger threshold. That'd be unfortunate. Then I won't be able to stagger him next turn. By 1 HP, he's not staggered. Don't mind if I do.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
Let's ignore those other guys. They're inconsequential compared to the big man. He has a bunch of bleed. Ah, he's taking 0 damage now. Must have hit threshold or something. And I guess the little brother is just die from AoE. Oops. Yeah, that's pretty easy. And not nearly as annoying as the freaking Rufo fight. I'll tell you that.
잠깐! 어떻게 되려나 싶다가도 너희도 들리잖아. 하두가 뭐
현재 10분.
잠시 외곽에 발을 들여 당시에는
내가 이
정서부터
아직도 자로
뭐야?
이해가
This isn't a residential building. Yep. It's sweeper time.
이게 머리에 청소부 따위가 금기를 어겨.
Maybe. It is indeed sweeping time.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만 아직 기약은 없구려. 그렇다면 여전히
It was indeed sweeping time.
더 붉게 칠해지겠지?
It's sweeping time now. Something like that.
육군대원 연료를 가득 채워오셨군요. 안심됩니다.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Trying to fight the sweepers. We don't want to get turned into goo or whatever. We don't want to get sweeperified.
만복의 시간입니다. 갈고리가 쉽게 들어간다. 어렵지 않게 연료를 구분할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
I have. I haven't played it recently, but I've played it before.
어쩔 수 없지만요.
Why do you ask? Not interested. Don't really care for that game much. A little bit too slow for my taste.
한 건 했다. 맛있는 거 준비해줘, 단테.
좋지는 낙엽하오.
Unfortunately.
식사할 장소는 이곳입니다.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
These sweepers are real annoying to fight, I'll tell you that. Well, the blood, they're sweeping up, trying to sweep up the blood that's still inside of you. They're turning they're turning you into your organs into liquid. And they're trying to slurp it up. Which well, they're not drinking your blood, they're more just drinking all of you.
늘 새롭다니까요.
Yeah, I guess something like that.
지금이 기회입니다. 당연한 결과죠.
화면을 헷갈리지 마십시오. 식사할 장소는
좋아,
이곳입니다.
간다.
소빈 연료를 채우고 가야 합니다. 예.
승리했어.
The sweepers are nasty.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다. 규정대로.
I don't really know what they are. There's something though. Yeah, there's something. There's certainly something.
규정대로.
If you want, you can play for me right now. If you want to. Well, I mean, there's not really that much to. You just have to click the win. You just have to click the win right button.
행동을 개시합니다.
This might not. This might not be the best. I'll let you build. I'll let you build your own team. Then you can do it. Yeah. If your units are good enough, yeah, you can just press the win right button.
늘 새롭다니까요.
당연한 결과죠.
Yeah, that's what you can do a lot of the time is just press the win right button when your units are just good enough. No, maybe not on the boss fights though, but a lot of these fights you can just win rate it. Yeah, sure.
금방 다녀올게.
That's one way to do it, yeah.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
자, 테디, 나를 따라해 보는 거야. 짜잔. 겨우 이 정도야.
늘 새롭다니까요.
폭의 거울은 깨졌어.
Almost done with the second wave of sweepers.
맛있는 거 준비해줘, 단테.
This is a long one, yeah.
폭의 거울은 깨졌어.
It's not a boss fight, but it's a lot of enemies that keep not dying. They're very persistent. They are. It's the second wave. Yep, wave 3 incoming.
청소부를 맞닥뜨려 줄.
One more wave.
세 번째
이런 상황
그야 당일.
And they're blasting off again.
이것도 명부의 저들.
Yep.
건물의 이동.
They even got the like star thing for them blasting off into the distance.
화면을 헷갈리지 마십시오. 식사할 장소는 이곳입니다. 태빙 연료를 채우고 가야 합니다.
Yay, pets. At least this is the last wave, though. Wish you good luck with this BS when we go to sleep, because I didn't do that. You go to sleep. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know, the Ricardo one, I haven't done it yet, but I feel like it's still gonna be, might be harder, but I feel like it's gonna be more enjoyable than the Rufo one, because Rufo just has a bunch of protection, and it's very annoying, very annoying. So I think the Ricardo one will be more enjoyable, even if it might be harder.
표정대로.
Counter, he has red coins. Ooh. Yeah, that could be rough. Yeah, that could definitely be rough. I do have a lot of IDs. Yeah, I got options.
당연한 결과죠.
재미 늘 새롭다니까요.
승리했어.
Oh, there we go. That's finally over. I finished this battle, yeah, and I should be able to move on to that battle soon.
건물의 재배
전부
그 머리
이들을 하시. 이들에겐 제법 생각한
It's gonna be, yeah.
스쳐 지나가 생각 재미없.
당연히
관리자님.
And I don't care that much.
짧은 주
Wish I want to see them Aura farm.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만 아직 기약은 없구려. 그렇다면 여전히 아무것도 인가.
주군께서 이들을 쓰러뜨리라 남기시지는 않았을 터고. 그래, 우선 예의의 자공이라.
그리고 저거
관리자 단.
그래, 자로요.
그러지.
자, 자리를 매.
당신들 뒷골목 그 노래.
아, 가시가 과연.
왜 나서지 마.
Where is he? Where's Jack-Q?
반박할 수 사이
포맹이야. 막상 그가 깊이가
이제 우리 죽일 심
아무것도.
Where is he? Where's Jack-Q?
경쟁 이상하고.
그럼에도
두려워. 하지만 주군께 이만하면 지금 커다란.
그렇게 됐어.
Nope, I guess not here. No Jack-Q. Cool, that's all that done with. Let's see how much rewards I can get. Not quite everything, but it's still a good amount of stuff. Let's get to see how many on the 23rd rewards. Not much, but still a good chunk. Finally do what I wanted. Not that one. Nope. There we go. Alright, Tomato. Up to you now. Yep, up to you. Who am I taking? Which, okay. This one you can bring all 12. All of them. Yes, all of them. What order am I selecting them in? Yeah?
몸이 찌뿌둥하던 참이었어. 내려 부스러 갈 시간이다.
달리자, 로신한테!
저를요? 최선은 다해볼게요.
네, 문제 없어요.
따라가겠어요.
내가 필요해?
I wonder if he's gonna assign me identities, or if he's just gonna have me send the base centers in.
앞장서시오.
Yep. If one of the other ones dies, then they're sent in as backup.
우와, 기대되네요.
즉시 출격하겠습니다. 예술.
네, 원하신다면.
You're not gonna give them any identities? Yeah. Something like that, yeah. You need to choose one for all of them, preferably. I mean, you could just leave them as the base sinners if you want. That's up to you. Which ones? One more. I have not. Alright, hold on, let me just do something real quick. Well, let's see how this goes.
뛰어가겠네.
Right.
장난이 길어.
Oh, you're right. You tell me what to do. What am I going to be doing here? Tomato. Which what am I? Which one am I good? Which one am I doing this on? That one? Next one? All right.
즐겁겠군.
고통을 새겨주지.
You're gonna be something. Yeah. Event. Hello. This is the. No, this is exactly what you want to happen. You want all the sinners to die. This is exactly what you want to happen. This will be funny. It is funny, yeah. You mean this team isn't good? What nonsense! This team is great. Can I be honest with you, Choma? I don't think you have any idea what you're doing. Cause I don't think you didn't really give anyone anything very good. Well, except for like 2 of them, I guess. And then you just didn't give anyone else anything, any of the identities. Blind Box Team Comp. Honestly, pretty much, yeah. Yes, they are. Yes, they do need them. I think you can see how well how that's going. So just gonna. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Gonna be honest, it doesn't really matter. I know you don't. That's why I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see what you would do. I just wanted to see what you would do. I knew you weren't. I knew that wasn't going to win. I'm not gonna waste any more time on that. Yes. Really? You did? Ooh, he does want me to use a middle team. I don't have a middle team prepared though, so that's not going to happen. He is pretty strong, yeah.
책임은 모두 자.
전시 준비는 완벽하답니다.
내 작.
시원해.
떨림.
연륜.
나를 불렀나?
고래.
말뚝을 쑤셔넣어.
라만 차렘들을 뒤엎는다.
I mean, maybe, but it's still considered rather unlikely. Hey, you gotta choose. Hey, you gotta choose identities that are actually good. Good chance it might not be much better, to be honest. Depending on how much RNG decides to screw me over. It's all it's all BLCB and not tell Ryoshu. They don't have the facade for Ryoshu. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. I didn't hear any stagger noises though, so that's good. He do be having 7,000 health though. You seen his health bar though? Bro's got like 7,000 health. I mean, he doesn't get multiple turns per se, but he gets a lot more attacks than we do. Hopeless. Well, guess you'll just have to die. Guess you'll just have to take that Rhodian.
개시합니다.
No, one of them staggered now. This is true. Ooh. Dang, this fight is rough. Oh god. I think there are more reasons than that, but that could definitely be part of it. Yeah. Huh.
개시합니다.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked, Chad. You barely count. Where your team selection was trash.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
That's mean, I'm sorry. Is this the suffering? Is this the suffering? This is the suffering he promised us. Promised suffering. Oh no. Maybe I will need to make a middle team. I don't have very many middle identities though. Actually, do I guess I do have like my hair coupons. Yep. Red staggered is a higher level of stagger where they take more damage.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
Yes. Yeah, yellow is double damage. Red is more than double damage, I guess. I don't know how much it is exactly. It's a lot, though. I know that much. He beat it by 1. Ooh. And everyone's dead. Yeah, you probably would have lost regardless. I just really wanted to see what you would do. Yeah, sure.
좋아, 간다.
Get him. Get him, Yisang. This is also specifically an endgame boss. This is meant to be extremely difficult. So, I might have done a little bit of trolling with you. Because there's no consequences for losing. There's not really any consequences to losing. It just means I wasted a few minutes of my time, which I don't care that much about. I just wasted a few minutes of the time because I thought it'd be funny to see what you did. But yeah, this is you were never going to beat this fight. I'm probably not going to beat this fight. Possibly. Oh God. What is that? He can give 30 extra offense level? Oh God. That seems fair. This is an optional fight, I don't need to do it, but I want to.
표정에 따라 실행합니다.
Yeah, I don't need to do it, but it's a challenge. And I want the challenge. Yes, that is usually the case. That usually is the case because the story fights have to be beaten by a large percent, have to be beaten by a much larger percentage of the player base. While those optional fights do not. A lot of them did just die, yeah. I probably will have to forfeit, but not yet. Something like that. But that's... He's doing it twice? Why is he doing it twice? That doesn't seem fair.
좋은 전략이네요. 가보죠.
But he's doing it twice in one turn. That doesn't seem fair. Yep. Not surprising. Probably, yeah. Will be soon. 'Cause look at this. Complete and utter extermination. How are you still alive? That's Sinclair, not Don Quixote. Now he's dead. Ooh, that's gonna be one of the fights of all time. Moving on to a second team, I guess. I probably will once I finish fully losing this fight. Oh, yep. 24 turns or less. Yes, this is the normal difficulty. There's also a hard difficulty. It is hard, but what if it was harder?
해보기는 할게요.
I don't even want to think about what nightmare mode would entail for this. Can't imagine to be pleasant. Yep. This already might. I think I need to beat normal mode first.
하면 평소에 쓰레 죽어들면 터지. 비켜가겠습니다.
Yep.
모두가 너를 잊어도 반드시 되찾을 거다.
The HP carries over. Nope, not quite.
요즘 일본의 아이들을 알겠습니까? 걱정이 많습니다.
Yes, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's still not good.
아이들을 가르치는 것은
적들을 제거하겠어.
Because he still has 5,000 HP. And I need to reduce that to 0. I think I need to reduce that to 0 HP. And that's still a lot of HP. And my team isn't as necessarily as good as the first team. So that might not be quite as,
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
you know, easy. It doesn't reset, no, but there's still a lot of it. I mean, most of them don't have the continue mechanic, so no. Because most fights are different than this. Yes, most enemies don't have the option to continue, like this one does. Yes, this one is special.
아직 죽지 마.
Yes. They're usually easier, yes. Never doubt the high show. Then that would be probably just be impossible. I'm gonna be honest, it would probably just be straight up impossible. Yep, I'm a little troll. I did a little trolling.
가족에게 불을 소유한다면 공원에서 이 성장의 비극이 되풀이될 것이란다. 안타까운 일이지만 우리에겐 기회일 겁니다. 식사 전수가 늘어날 겁니다.
행동을 개시합니다.
This one does, and the previous one that was like him, but I don't think any of the other ones really had one, no. But this one does. And so did the... Ooh. Something like that, yeah. Ooh. Well, there goes another one. Two of them are staggered, one of them's dead. I know that. Oh god, why is he getting backup now? Why did he get the backup while I have some while I have units staggered? That's not fair. That's so uncool, game. God. Yeah. I know. I know. I know, Toma. Compared to him, no, they do not. Actually, he still has the 2,000 health. They do. Dang, even some of the backup guys have a ton of health.
곡들을 제거하겠소.
And then another one has 2,000. Almost. Yes, one of them has 2k HP.
무정 시선해봐야 부질없다 해도 기꺼이 저 풍진 세상으로 시험은 끝났다.
Well, she's not. So I only have my faith, or something. No. This is true. But you don't know what's going on, so. I'm doing good for now.
왜 안에 갇혀 죽어라.
I don't think they do particularly strong damage, but that's just more HP and more attacks that I have to deal with. It's just more HP I have to lower and more attacks I have to deal with, so it's still not good that they're there. No, it's... The continuation is for the fight, not the character. Not the units. Yep. And it's a fight we're not gonna win. No. Well, I mean, the characters do die, but this fight isn't canon, I don't think.
이 파도 속에서 움직일 수 있는
Or maybe it is, I don't know.
깨어져라.
This is true. This is true. Dante dying is not canon. Yeah, that can make that canon, yeah. Yep. In a sense, yes. I believe he is, yes. I think he has usually has the possibility of staggering me. Have you seen what he's been doing? But he is channeling a big attack, yes. And it is almost surely to lead to my yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
출진이다!
이런
I don't know. Possibly. No.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
I need to come up with a better plan for this. Because this ain't cooking.
무엇이라 생각하시오?
The high show team did do pretty well though. I'll give it that. Yep, and probably also because a lot of my units have just been dying. Oh my god, a lot of my good units are dying, and what's left is not as good. That's probably not helping, I'd say. Yep. What? Immortality. You know what that is? What that is? What this can what Canto 8 was about. It was centered a lot around immortality. Yep. Immediately. With great force. Oh, well, I'm ending it after, well, I guess my next team dies too, but... We'll see about that. It does not, but I'm inevitably going to have to redo this fight. He's more backup! That ain't right. Why does he get more backup? It is so over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we are absolutely cooked here. Or I am. It's all up to you, Don Quixote. Yeah. Yep. What do I even have as a third team? Do I even have anything that I can use as a third team? Oh, it's actually going to be good? Doubtful. I get my burn team it is. Go burn team, I guess. Do something. Yep, my burn team. It's gonna have to be. My previous team wasn't bleed. None of my teams have been bleed. Yes, that's why it's called a burn. That's why it's the burn team. Because they inflict burn.
소준 중에 시속하게 용건을.
They didn't respawn. I guess.
아, 잔불에 주의하시오.
They probably will. They were, and now they're not here. Likely.
저에게도 무언가에 맞설 용기를.
And it's a head start that I will take.
급행이신가? 의뢰비는 좀 더 비싸다네. 조여먹구를 달고 볼까?
That seems like a bad idea. That's leaving me up. That's leaving a lot of. That's gonna leave me taking a lot of damage.
파우스트가 알아요.
A lot of extra damage.
갈고리가 쉽게 들어간다. 어렵지 않게 연료를 뽑아낼 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Yep. The main boss does a lot of hacking damage. So I'd rather not just tank those.
일발장전.
Because of the damage.
어른왕입니다. 이런 평행한 식사 시간. 거기를 견뎌낼 만한 제도도 보이지 않습니다. 내일 밤은 명절이 일부 청소부들의 시간이 될 것 같군요.
Not a lot of stacks have been applied, so it's not doing much yet, but it will eventually.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나.
Once it starts stacking up each turn. Yep, if they die or somehow win, then I'll be ending stream. Depends. I'd say that depends on the chapter.
걷잡을 수 없이 타올라라.
Yeah, that too. I was trolling you, yeah. And it was worth it.
어른왕입니다. 이런 평행한 식사 시간. 거기를 견뎌낼 만한 제도도 보이지 않습니다. 내일 밤은 명절이 일부 청소부들의 시간이 될 것 같군요.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나.
Probably, but I don't want to take damage unnecessarily by just ignoring attacks. Unless most of the time anyway. I know you weren't, but like I said, it wouldn't have really mattered. Because the IDs you chose were just kind of bad. A lot of them, like I said, you either didn't choose any IDs or the ones you chose were under level. So it didn't really matter what you did once you got in the actual fight, you were gonna lose.
배우지 못하고 간 것이 그저
Not as much, but yes, that's how linear progression of time works. His HP, well, because this isn't here, I guess. His HP will go down over time. It looks, pretty sure it looks the same as it did before.
배상 확인, 철침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공.
Bunch of damage, even though I won the clash. Lovely. I guess if I didn't have lost the clash, it would have been a lot more damage. But I get staggered again, though. That's pretty good. Never mind. Oh, she just got staggered too. Not for long.
걱정만 끼치게 되는 꼴인데.
I don't know.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Got some healing off. Lovely. Come on, he's so close to getting staggered. Oh, there's his backup members.
해체 억압 진행하겠습니다.
I mean, the backup members aren't really that strong, so... Something like that, yeah. But if I can stagger Ricardo... No. Oh, come on, get staggered already, man. I know, but his health... So close. What are the stagger? I know. Look at the stack. What the stagger threshold is. That's not how they work.
제가 묻었네요.
Yep. He's staggered. Let's go. Well, he's staggered, so he can't do any damage. At this moment, yeah, I get a brief reprise because he's not going to be able to do anything. Yes. So I have a chance to do damage. Yes. That means I can try and take care of the backup members. That's not what I said. I mean, they don't do much damage compared to him. No. Doesn't mean they do no damage. Yep, he's not staggered anymore. Yep. The stagger is only for one turn.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
Now one turn's all you get.
저주는 필요 없지. 여유 좀 했어.
낙인을 새겨드리죠. 이래서 걱정만 끼치게 되는 꼴인데.
Yes, yes, he does.
모든 걸
I don't think he
걷어줄
is.
순 없었어.
He still has like 2,000 HP left.
지겹군. 이 몸이 직접 손봐야겠느냐.
저는 저양이다. 끝까지 강하게 싸울 수 있을 거라 생각해.
통탄을 그릴 수가 없습니다. 옆에들 육군 생명 다 하고 있습니다.
Bravo boy.
수정해야 합니다.
I think one did at least. Don't know which one though. Someone did. Looks like it was Dawn Office Sinclair and Faust. Yep.
순식간에 끝내죠.
한수 배워.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
자, 이쪽입니다.
통탄을 그릴 수가 없습니다.
These backup guys are back. And look at those hair coupons. That'll probably be better than anything else I could do.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Wait. I didn't need to use 3, did I? No, probably not.
자, 이쪽입니다.
여기까지 쏜 이상 돌아갈 수 없는 거다. 방아쇠를 당겨 도착할 곳이 지옥뿐이라 해.
Good job, Marcel.
정지. 벗어날 수 없다.
At least you won. For all the good that did. For all the good that did.
장점이 헷갈리는데 내가 될 줄은.
통풍을 돌릴 수가 없습니다. 목표들 이웃분 생명은 다 하고 있습니다.
수경, 위에서 남은 연료라도 수정해야 합니다.
Screw it, good enough. Let's get this fight over with.
조지아 개체의 두나를 확인. 처분에 맞거나 관리 중에 사용할 거라 생각했습니다만 마지막까지
계약은 낫? 이것으로 끝이 아닐 테지.
죽어들라 파기. 비켜가겠습니다.
통풍을 돌릴 수가 없습니다. 목표들 이웃분 생명은 다 하고 있습니다.
수경, 위에서 남은 연료라도 수정해야 합니다.
부드럽게.
자, 이쪽입니다.
시험은 끝났다.
야, 아이고.
저희들 오늘은 세 번째니까.
그렇습니다. 밤의 시간이 가족과 이웃들의 14시간 끝나가고 있습니다.
깡총.
Get a little bit of extra damage in, I guess. But it don't matter.
따뜻한 차가
지리지 않는
마시고 싶어.
장난이 길어.
Okay. That seems a little bit excessive for just Gregor.
퇴근 시간입니다. 기다리고 있는 아이들에게 돌아갈 시간입니다.
Huh. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool though. Just chokeholded Gregor and killed him. Yikes. Well, that fight's over. Ooh. Yikes. Zero rewards. Yikes. Okay, so it really wants you to use middle identities. Okay. I'm gonna need to do something about that then. But I'm out of here. Do I have enough people for a raid? Probably not. If I do, I don't feel like it. Nope. Oh, hi, Caption. How long have you been here? I'm doing good. Ready to end stream.